11:40.
That's fine.
We have
Vishal is there, Harsh is there. Okay.
We have 3 speeches.
Ha. Pritish is there, no? Mrinal, Pritish, Simran. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for everyone, for the
everybody,
whether it's
Shall we get started? We are live.
Yeah. Yes.
Good to- Okay, awesome. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Harsh, and I'll be acting as the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 455th meeting of Eloquent Toastmasters Club. Let's start the meeting with a huge round of applause. Okay. So our Toastmaster meeting has an MRP, which is mission, rules, and passion. The mission of our club is to provide supportive and positive learning experience to the members so that they can grow in their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence. That's our mission. And to make sure that everyone is able to achieve that growth and self-confidence, we have 3 rules in place so that we are able to conduct meetings in a smooth fashion. The rules are, the first being, please turn off your mobile phones or put them in silent mode. So I'll give you 30 seconds to do that. Okay, I hope everybody has either turned off their phones or put them in silent. The second rule that we have is, as Toastmasters, we do not talk about sex, religion, and politics in a derogatory manner. So if you are going to talk about any of these topics, please do not talk it in a derogatory fashion. The third rule that we have is to not cross-talk. So people who are present in person, please do not cross-talk. People who are attending virtually, please put yourself on mute when you're not speaking. And please turn off your videos when you move out of the meeting. Also, I would encourage people joining virtually to have their videos on when they are in the meeting. This will help the audience as well as the speakers speaking to gauge your reactions. Those are the 3 rules that we have in the Toastmaster meeting. And lastly, but not the least, is the passion of our club. So we are a very passionate club and we drive for members and club growth. And the testament of that is that our club is 4 times President Distinguished Club, and it has been because of the hard work of the executive committee and the members of the club. Huge round of applause to the club and its members. With that, I will hand over the stage to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Sharad. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much for wonderful opening of the meeting. And yes, indeed, we are a president distinguished club since last 4 consecutive years. And if we didn't count the lockdown, then it's a 6 years. And one more thing, like we are a distinguished club since the charter. This club is a 10 years old club, and there is not a single year which we are not a distinguished club. So it's a great honor, and I would request all of you to have a round of applause. So with this, I would quickly like to welcome all our guests today in this meeting. Rohit, would you like to introduce yourself to this club for the benefits of the members?
So I have to give my introduction, na? Hello.
Yes, Rohit.
Yes, yes.
Yes, so I'll start my introduction with like what I'm doing, where I'm from, and right now where I'm living. So I believe that these are all four important points which I should discuss. So my name is Rohit, and I'm from Bhiwani, Haryana, and currently living in Gurgaon, Haryana from the last 4 years. And I have done BSc in Hotel Management from the Kolkata Institute of Hotel Management, and currently working with the travel company. So that is, I believe that that is all about me, that what I'm doing and from where I am.
Thank you. Thank
Welcome.
you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me in this.
Uh, do we have any more guests today in the meeting? Yes, Shubham, would you like to introduce yourself to the club?
Yeah, thank you, Sharad. Hi, my name is Shubham. I was just exploring the Toastmaster and got this from the LinkedIn. My name is Shubham. I am from Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. I have done my graduation in computer science, and I was living in Noida before, but recently I shifted to Gurugram. So, yeah, nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shubham, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all.
Whenever I heard of Prayagraj, Kumbh Mela is in my mind. So how was the situation over there? It's like I listened that we have to travel around 10 to 15 kilometers and there is no transport.
Yeah, that is the case because a lot of people are coming there, and we have the arrangement is also good, but sometimes you need to. I mean, that is the special day which we are seeing. In the special days, you need to travel maybe 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers. Otherwise, if you do not visit on the special days, that would be fine. Maybe 4 to 5 kilometers is fine. You need to go by foot. That is, there is no arrangement inside the Mela.
Okay, I'm glad that you joined us instead of going to Kumbh Mela. Okay. With this, we have our next guest, who is our general validator as well. Please welcome Ria. Ria, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, Toastmaster Sharad, and hello to everyone. I am Toastmaster Ria, and I'm an external guest today. I belong to Blue Quest. Sharad, Dikshit, and Ashish and Ayushi have been visiting our club very often. So, as a professional, I am a finance professional currently residing in Bangalore. Glad to be here for today. Over to you, Sharad.
Thank you so much. So with this introduction of the guest, let's go to the today's meeting, that is the Unlock the World Through Solo Travel. And this is taken by none other than our Stalwart Award winner of this club, that is Pallavi. A huge round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Today, I'm going to take you on the journey of solo traveling. Before we go in depth, I would like to share my experience. Last year, 2024, October, the year was ending, and I was there sitting, introspecting what I did in the year. To be honest, whatever goals I had for 2024 looked accomplished. Really? No. It was opposite. All my goals for 2024 looked half done. And I was so disheartened. I wanted to do something new, something adventurous before the year end. I was thinking. It was just 2 months left in the year, and I couldn't decide what to do. But I also had a excitement to end the year on a lot of learning and a new adventure. That time, while sitting alone, I decided, let me do a solo travel. And it was an overnight decision. Me trying to do something new, something great, something adventurous before the year end. The next day, I opened Skyscanner and started searching for the flights. But of course, there is a catch. Solo traveling as a woman? Okay, I need to take care of the safety. So before booking my flights to some place, I opened a different tab and I searched the safest country in the world where a woman can travel solo. And I could find few options and I selected Dubai. Dubai, reasonable, safest, less crime rate, perfect for a solo women traveler. I switched the tab, I moved to a Skyscanner. Immediately, I booked the flights. And I was so happy that at least year end, I'll do something new and adventurous. That is, I'll go a solo traveling trip to a Dubai. So that was my 2024 end. Before I go and share more about my learnings, I would like to know who all has experienced solo traveling. Not the business trips, solo traveling. Amazing. I could see a lot of hand raise in the room. Anybody from the online audience? Okay, there's so many cameras off. Harsh, Ayushi, did you experience this ever? Okay. Okay, I understand we have a mixed audience. Some has experienced solo traveling, some they are yet to experience it. Now, moving to my second question. When you hear solo travel, these two words, what comes in your mind? And I would like to know each one of your experiences. Anybody can speak. Go ahead, Harsh.
I think there was someone else speaking. Please go ahead. I'll speak.
Yeah, I think I was speaking. So I believe that you can find yourself, you can have a peace and you can find yourself because you got a time with yourself. You don't need to be with someone that he's not controlling that we have to go there, we have to do this activity and we have to do this kind of things. You are the only one who is going to decide everything, wherever you have to go, whatever you have to do. So I believe that you got the peace, you got the control, whatever you want to do. And I believe that those are the two important things, that peace and control, which you will get when you are when you are going on solo traveling.
Peace and control.
Yeah.
Ria, go ahead.
Pallavi. So what I think of solo travel is I feel it's more liberating. I haven't been on a full solo travel, but while I was on a business trip, I took a day off and I traveled some parts of the country all by myself, and it felt very peaceful, as Rohit said, and also I felt very confident. It kind of gave me the courage that yes, I can do it. I have the confidence in me to navigate wherever I am stuck, and that kind of helped me encourage myself more.
Amazing. So we got 2 pointers. One is it's a liberating experience. Second is it builds your confidence. Harsh?
Yeah, I've always thought of like solo traveling as something that definitely adds to your experience and getting to know yourself. But personally, when I think about solo traveling, I feel it's a little bit scary for me because I am not a person who plans trips on his own, and I'm not a person who would go out on weekends just for the sake of going out. I have to do something. Like if it's a sport outing, there has to be something to it. So a solo trip sounds kind of scary, but yeah, it's a challenge that I would definitely would want to take someday in life.
Thank you, Harsh. Scary and something it looks very taxing to plan it. Okay. Anybody from the room? I would like to know your experiences as well. Yes, Rashmi.
So for me, it gives me a sense of independence and it puts me out of my comfort zone.
Independence, and what are the other pointer?
It puts me out of my comfort zone.
Yes, exactly. And there's one more hand raise, couple of hand raise. Yeah.
Vishak,
Sure.
Okay. Vishaka here.
Vishaka.
For me, while I agree with everything positive that other people spoke about, and I've not gone for a complete solo trip, I went on a trek with India Hikes, and that's something I did alone and didn't take any friends with me, but it was part of a larger group. And while it was liberating, pushed me out of my comfort zone, there were definitely moments where I felt lonely, and it helped me grow as a person, yes. But a very, very strong feeling was there of just, yeah, feeling lonely and wishing that, I had come with someone. So
Yes.
that's my experience of a semi-solo travel trip.
That's a apt point. Loneliness is like it's a experience which we all might face while traveling alone. I could see one more hand raised in the room. Nick, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so mainly it's self-introspection, I believe, as to like where we went wrong, if it was if we were thinking about something about office meetings and all that, where we went wrong and how can we improve, and be it in terms of relationships, and this was there. Mainly it is self-introspection.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Definitely. Solo traveling, when you hear this word, it sounds very unique. It's a unique experience to have, but it definitely has both pros and cons. So, we're going to talk about the cons of solo traveling and how we can convert into pros. Like, I'll try to add my experience, whatever I've learned, I would want to share it with the group so that when you travel, at least you'll have the pointers handy. First is safety concern. Does not matter if it is a woman or men. Traveling solo is actually very scary. It's actually scary when because people understand, people can sense it that you are alone. They are there to mock you. They are there to, you know, take advantage of your situation. So you need to be very careful when you're traveling solo. That's why I Googled, I did my research before I planned the trip. I didn't just go and book Africa trip alone. The crime rate is quite high there. So whenever you're traveling solo, the first important thing is plan your safety. Plan for countries where you feel the crime rate is low, where the safety is taken care of, where at least you have a couple of people known. For example, there might be scenarios or countries where your friends are working. You can plan a trip there so that at least in case of emergency or in case of funds, they're there to support you. So plan your safety. It's the most important thing while traveling solo. Also, not only that, second is be aware about your surroundings. Wherever you're traveling, taking a cab, taking a metro, in a mall, make sure you observe the vibe of the surrounding. If it is because people lie, but vibe doesn't lie. So make sure that you read your room. You understand that how people are looking at you, how people are reacting near you, how is the audience. Try to observe, try to be more aware about your surrounding. That make me move to a very important point which somebody raised in the room. It's a very lonely experience. Definitely. Traveling solo is not easy. It's daunting experience at times. You miss your friends and family. You miss people you want to talk to. You become so drained taking all the decisions by yourself. It's a lonely experience. And I will not deny that while I was traveling to Dubai, eating alone, going to places alone, booking my cab, planning everything alone was challenging here for me. And I had a lot of emotional breakdowns during that phase. Made me into a very different person. By end of 2024, I felt that emotionally there's something wrong with me. I tried taking help, but that didn't work out. Couldn't connect. So I took that time to introspect. I traveled with a diary and a pen. I wrote whatever I could, whatever crossed my mind. I introspect what went wrong, how I could have improved. I actually made a plan my action plan for 2025 while on the trip. I don't know if I'll be able to follow it, but at least I know that I have a plan, which gives me a confidence. So introspection and personal growth, this is definitely is something, an opportunity to explore. And I know you miss your friends and family, but in the end, you'll have some time with yourself and you'll start enjoying your own company. You might feel very awkward when everybody's sitting in the restaurant with their family and friends and you are alone just sipping the coffee. Of course, that's gonna be there, but you'll end up having that experience and you'll come out as more evolved. Before we move to further points, I would like to explain how the Toastmaster meeting is framed for the benefit of the guest. So Toastmaster meeting is generally divided into 3 parts. First is prepared speech, second is table topics, and third is evaluation round. For the prepared speech, the Toastmaster comes and delivers a speech from their pathway. Generally, the speech lasts for 5 to 7 minutes. And we have 2 to 3 speeches in every Toastmaster meeting. Moving to the second round, Toastmaster table topic round, in which a table topic master is ask anybody to speak impromptu for 2 minutes. It's generally 1 to 2 minutes. So you have to just raise your hands and stand there with the topic and speak. That's very easy. Trust me, it's easy. Try it out if you haven't. Third is evaluation round, which is a very important round because it's a round where you get feedback of your performance, your timing, your language, your speeches, and that's how you take your feedback, go back home, introspect, grow and learn. So we have 3 rounds. I hope I could elaborate it better for the benefit of the guest. And without any further ado, I would like to start our first round, that is prepared speech. We have 3 speeches today. The first speech is by Toastmaster Vishal, and he will be presenting on path presentation mastery. And I would like to call
Pallavi, just sorry for interruption. Could you ask general evaluator to introduce themselves and introduce their team, please, before that? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was missing the introduction of general evaluator. So for general evaluation round, we have Toastmaster Ria, and I would like to call her on stage.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pallavi. And I'll be the general evaluator for the meeting today. As the name suggests, I'll be generally evaluating everything that happens within the meeting and does not happen in the meeting. While I do this, I have a team that will support me with the speech evaluations as well as my tag team. The tag team for today, the tag team stands for timer, our counter, and grammarian. So I'll hand over the stage to my tag team first of all to give the introduction of their roles. So I'll welcome the timer first, and timer for the day is Toastmaster Pritish.
Hello everybody, I'm timer of the day. I shall be evaluating everyone on the basis of how much time they are taking with respect to their own speech. So in case of icebreaker speech, there are 3 cards through which intimation shall be made. When the speaker reaches 4 minutes, I shall be raising this green card for around 10 seconds or so. If the Toastmaster reaches 5 minutes, I shall be raising my yellow card, another for 10 seconds. If he or she reaches 6 minutes, I shall be raising my red card. Now, in case of non-icebreaker speech, I shall be raising it if it is between 5 to 7 minutes. For 5 minutes, if he or she reaches 5 minutes, I shall be raising my green card for 10 seconds. If he or she reaches 6 minutes, I shall be raising my yellow card and then the red card. So thank you and best of luck, everyone.
Thank you so much, the timer, for the explanation of the role. Now I'll hand over the stage to the accounter, who is Toastmaster Kraminka. Let me know if I pronounce the name incorrectly.
Hi, everybody. So I'll be the R counter for today. As the R counter, I will be listening to what the speakers say and marking down on a chart any inappropriate word and sound used as a space filler. So space filler can be words such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Inappropriate sounds may be and And I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I'll provide the report. Thank you and be confident, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mrinal, and sorry for the incorrect name. Now, the person who's coming up next is the grammarian, and the grammarian for the day is Toastmaster Dikshita.
Hi everyone. Today I'll be playing the role of the grammarian. So as a grammarian, I'll be taking a note of good and as well as bad uses of language while during the speech, during the meeting as well as during the prepared speeches. And as a grammarian, it is my duty to introduce the word of the day, and the word of the day is mesmerizing, which means attractive or to capture a complete attention. For example, we can say that during the trip, he was mesmerized by the view. Idiom of the day is hit the road. It means to set out on a journey. For example, we can say, I was relieved to get back in the car and hit the road again. So I'll be publishing both the word as well as idiom in the chat group. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dikshita, and I'm sure we'll be mesmerized by the stories that Toastmaster Pallavi has for us while she hits the road and tells us her story for her experience in Dubai. Now, also, I want you all to ensure that you have your physical as well as mental presence in the meeting today, because we do have Toastmaster Simran who will be quizzing us at the end and judging how mentally present we were in the group. So, with that, I hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pallavi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rhea, and her tag team for introducing the roles and responsibility of each role and what is expected out of the role. Now, without any further ado, let's start the round. I was so excited that I forgot to introduce General Evaluator, but apologies. So moving to the first round, I would like to call speaker number 1 on stage. That is Toastmaster Vishal. And for that, the evaluation will be done by Toastmaster Ashish. So Ashish, could you please share with us that what path and topic Toastmaster Vishal will be talking about?
Yeah, hi, am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So today my target speaker, Toastmaster Vishal, is attempting speech 2 of level 1 of the pathway presentation mastery. The purpose of the project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify their own primary style. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to share the impact of their own style to others. So I'll be observing how Toastmaster Vishal will be sharing about his own style, apart from looking at a couple of elements which he has texted me separately. The speech timer note is 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you, TM.
Thank you. Toastmaster Vishal, the secret of better conversation. The secret of better conversations, Toastmaster Vishal.
Just a small clarification. The speech is speech number 1 of level 2. So it's level 2, project 1 of presentation mastery. Okay, we can start. Imagine this. I'm in a team meeting in the office and the task is simple. Brainstorm ideas for a new project. Sounds easy, isn't it? Well, let me tell you, it is not. Let me share how 3 different personalities approach this task. One of my teammates, she's on fire. She's bursting with energy, she's full of excitement, and she's throwing one idea after the other. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? Let's have a look at this. Her excitement is contagious, but it's a little bit challenging to keep pace with her energy. On the other side of the table is another colleague of mine. He is listening patiently to everyone. He is, I don't know, writing down something on his diary, evaluating the pros and cons of every point that has been spoken. And then in a while, he raises his hand and says his point. It feels like he's waiting for that perfect moment to speak up. And then there is me. I'm just trying to, steer the group into one direction. I said, team, we need to pick one idea and we need to discuss it and then move forward with it. Now, in my mind, I'm trying to keep the group on track, trying to steer the group, but I can see a lot of people getting frustrated by it. And I'm wondering why that has happened. Sometimes I feel that why situations like these arises, where we feel that everyone is on a different wavelength. Let me ask all of you a question. Have you ever been in a team meeting where you felt that everyone is on a different wavelength?
Always.
Raise your hand if you have felt that. So I think a lot of you have observed this, right? Over the years, I have realized that it's important that what you speak matters. But apart from it, what matters more is how you speak, which is, let's say, your communication style. So, good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. I have learned a lot about different communication styles. I have learned about my communication styles recently. And today I want to share what I have learned and also give a food for thought to all of you to identify your primary communication style, but at the same time, try to understand the different communication style in others. Let me take you back to my school days. Back in the school, I was a friend who used to jump in, to fix things. Whenever anyone would come to me, I would immediately start giving them the solution. I was using what we call as a driver style of communication. I used to tell them, this is what you have to do. You understand this is your problem. You go do this and your problem will be resolved. However, I have realized that not all the time people want advice from you. Sometimes they just want a lending ear and they just want to, share their experience or their personal thing with you. So I think learning about this communication style, which is driver, taught me that not everything in life is about action. Sometimes you have to look at the emotional side of things as well. From school life, I moved to my college life. In my college, during one of a project, I worked with a colleague of mine. She was very meticulous. She was very perfect in everything that we did during the project. She would, check every single line, every single data point, every single point, etc. It's safe to say that if you want to maybe create an analogy from real life, Amir Khan might be the most closest person to her because everything that we did during that project was top notch. Having a different style of communication to working with this colleague who had a totally different style of communication took me a lot of time to adjust my style. But over the time when we were working together, I realized that this particular style of communication, the people who have this style of communication, they value thoroughness, they value perfection, and they want to ensure that everything that they produce is of top-notch quality. So I think working with her taught me to respect and understand the importance of thoroughness. From college life, I entered into the professional world. I met a colleague of mine who was very supportive. when I joined the team, he made sure that I felt comfortable. He will always ask us question, are you able to do your work? Do you have any personal challenges, etc. He was following a style of communication, what we call as amiable style of communication. People with this style of communication values positive relationship, and they like to make other feel that they are part of the group. And I think working with this particular colleague of mine taught me the power of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and how a small effort from us can make other feels part of the group. And then the last style of communication is the expressive style of communication. Do you remember the colleague that I talked about at the beginning of my speech? That's what we call as expressive style of communication. People who are full of energy and they bring up totally new dynamic to the room. So from all these four instances, I have realized that my primary style of communication is mainly driver. And I think a lot of EC members would agree to that as well. But it's also important to understand that everybody has a different working style. And from the past couple of years, I have been trying to bring more amiable and expressive style of communication in my working style. And last year, I was acknowledged for this by my colleagues as well, who thanked me that, working with me, they feel that they are part of the group. And I'm really grateful that, changing my communication style has a positive impact on others. So to conclude, all the communication styles, be it driver, be it analytical, be it amiable, or the expressive, all of these communication styles have different pros and cons. The key is to understand your communication style, but at the same time, it's also equally important to understand other person's style of communication and adjust your style of communication. And I ensure all of you, if you follow this, you'll have more quality conversations, both personally as well as professionally. Before I wrap up my speech today, you all have a paper in front of you. I would ask all of you to write a one word on that paper, which style of communication you feel resonates the most with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad. Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. Sorry. Now, I would like to call our second speaker on stage. That is Toastmaster Harsh. And for Toastmaster Harsh, the evaluation will be done by Toastmaster Ayushi. Ayushi, could you please set the path purpose for Toastmaster Harsh?
Okay. Toastmaster Harsh is going to give his speech from the pathway. The purpose of the speech is for the member to practice vocal variety or body language to enhance a speech. The speech is for 5 to 7 minutes. And just a second. The title of the speech is PPP. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Harsh, PPP, exclamation mark. Toastmaster Harsh, PPP, exclamation marks. PPP, exclamation mark. Toastmaster Harsh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pallavi. Just give me a sec. I will just arrange my virtual screen so that I'm able to see everyone. Am I visible and audible?
Yes.
I'll start my speech. Timer, you can start with the timer now. Beep, 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 beep. How many of you remember this sound? The sound of a very adorable little penguin. Pingu. This was the cartoon that I used to watch when I was a kid. And recently, few months back, I was reminded about this cartoon from a fellow Toastmaster Prateek. Sadly, Toastmaster Prateek is not here with us today. Wait, I meant he's busy with other things in his life. Please don't think the worst, people. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, today I am not here to talk about the PPP of Pingu, but to talk about an entirely different concept of purchase power parity, PPP. How many of you have heard of this concept? Great. For the people who have not heard of the concept, purchase power parity is an economic concept which economists use to compare the value of different currencies. For instance, if you are in US, $1 may buy you a can of Pepsi. But when you are in India, 80 rupees, which is equivalent of $1, might buy you 3 of these. So economists use it to understand the purchasing power of different currencies in different countries. But interestingly, PPP is often cited to explain why someone working in US and doing the same job as their counterpart in India earns way higher salary. For example, the rent in India, maybe it's 20,000 per month for a room. For a similar accommodation in US, the rent might be 1 lakh. So that explains why the salary needs to be higher in US. And that's the concept of PPP in context of salaries. And that sounds fair, isn't it? But is it really fair? Let's dig deeper. For instance, take air quality into account. In Delhi, the air quality is at least twice as worse as that in US. In India, we are paying extra for our masks, air purifiers, and not to mention the healthcare cost that comes with the pollution. Should salaries not account for these? Second example, for that, I would like to ask the audience this question. How many of you have heard something on the lines of, hello, bhai, didi US se kab aa rahi hai? iPhone magana tha yaar. It loosely translates to, brother, when's your sister coming back from US, wanted to get an iPhone, right? I hope people can relate with this. The reason why we get iPhones from US is that iPhones are 20% cheaper in US than in India. They are earning higher and the goods are of lesser cost. Same thing happens with a lot of global goods like cars. I'm pretty sure the third example that I'm going to bring will be relatable to a lot of people in this room. The example is of Toastmaster fees. You know what's the Toastmaster fee that we pay in India? It's $10 a month. The fees in US, $10 a month. The fees is same, the salaries are different. On top of that, in India, we have GST also now. So PPP as a concept works on paper, but it does not account for a lot of other things than rent and groceries. The other things like air quality, affordable goods, and access to opportunities. Life is not just about rent and groceries, but all the other things that add to the quality of life. Add to the quality of life. Apologies for that. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Life is not just about the rent and groceries, but also about the other things that add to the quality of life. And fellow Toastmasters, the next time someone cites PPP to explain why there is a difference in salaries between the person working in India and US doing the same job, please tell them PPP, or better yet, to go dig deeper. With that, I want to take back with you the thought that salaries should not just account for rent, groceries, and the living cost, but also the quality of life and what really is the value of life in each country. Thank you.
Team, I forgot to call for the feedback for the respective speaker, for the speaker number 1. Can you take a minute and give the feedback to the speaker number 1, Toastmaster Vishal, and speaker number 2, Toastmaster Harsh? I'll pause for a minute before I move on. Thirty more seconds. Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh, for a wonderful speech. Your speech title was a tongue twister for me. I still cannot say PPP with a exclamation mark. I was always used to say something else. Thank you. Now I would like to call speaker number 3 on stage, Toastmaster Vishala. And to evaluate Toastmaster Vishala's speech, I would like to call Toastmaster Rashmi to set the path, purpose, and title for her.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Vishala, she is giving her icebreaker speech, and her topic is what should define our work ethics. And the path is presentation mastery, level 1, speech 1. I wish you all the best. Thanks so much. Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Vishala. What should define our work ethics? What should define our work ethics? Toastmaster Vishala.
Thank you so much. And this is my first icebreaker speech. So pardon if there is any, gap in the flow of the conversation. So to begin with, I would like to ask you, what do you understand by the topic itself? It would be great if you could share your thoughts on that. So what defines the work ethic? What do you understand by that?
Professionalism.
Yeah.
As to how we work.
Your principles while working on any thought we're executing on others.
What values actually should define our work ethic? And I'll also explain why I have chosen this topic, because over the past few months, I've been introspecting about this topic. And since I've been on a career break and I've just joined a new organization, there have been a lot of instances where I had to take a decision, and I was responsible for a larger audience. I was taking care of close to 200 MBA students, and here any decision that I make would impact a larger audience. So hence, this the work ethic and how I conduct myself would define the entire the overall aspect of how do we conduct our overall operations. So that's why I thought of, I've been introspecting quite a lot, and that's why I thought that it's the right topic for me to talk about. And given that, also it will relate to all of you as well, because you have been managers or part of a larger team, and at times you also think that, is it the right set of principles? Am I conducting myself in the right way? Is the organization fair to me? And these kind of things do happen and do occur to us time and again, right? So we do tend to get into negative rabbit hole, and it makes us negative. So having this topic, talking about it, will actually define us what are the values and principles we should have, and also to have the right perspective whenever each of us are working hard, right? So if we are going to the work place and then starting our day on a positive note on the principles that we have, I think we hit the road and we actually start on a positive note, and not just for that day but for the entire year and throughout our careers, right? So as somebody has said, professionalism, punctuality, these are very great values, but at the same time they are very individualistic. Like how I conduct myself, it's very individualistic, right? So if I'm punctual to my office, it just affects me, right? That is our thought, right? But that's not the case. If you are punctual, I'm sorry I was late today, but I'll come to that in some time, come over that. But if I am punctual, I'm just not setting the right example for myself, I'm setting the right example for my entire team, right? So having that collective responsibility, that sense of that my decision and how I conduct myself defines the larger audience, is what should define our work ethic, right? So, and that brings me down to the basic outline and baseline of ethics versus morale, right? So for example, today I arrived late. It was not intentional, but let's say my Uber had some problem. It stopped in between, and I wasted like 10 minutes there. And because of that, I got late. If I come up with this entitlement, okay, I was late because of this reason, and everybody should be okay with that. That kind of feeling and that kind of sense of entitlement, that everybody is okay, should be okay with my being not on time, is not a good perspective. We need to change that perspective. We need to understand the fact that somebody else might have had the same problem, but they overcome that and they came on time. So they had the respect for the larger audience. They ensured that the meeting starts on the time. And other people's time is not wasted, right? So in that, even if I'm late, if I'm not coming on time, I should have that sense of ownership in me, that yes, it is my mistake and I will not repeat it. But having this, and on the other side, if I have the thought process of, no, it's completely fine, and I am entitled to this, and it's my team, I'm the leader of the team,
and they should be okay with how whenever I begin my meeting, right? So that kind of entitlement is actually sets you in a negative rabbit hole and is not productive for anybody, and actually defines the entire, and it also sets the precedent, and we never even achieve our objectives, let alone right work culture at the office space. So first is ownership. Second is always, whenever you're taking a decision, just remember that it should be based on ethics versus morale, right? So my sense of morale might be right for me, but my sense of ethics will always drive me to ensure that my decisions, any thought that I'm having is actually useful and beneficial for the entire team and entire audience, or the people I'm responsible for, the customer I'm responsible for. And the third part is the respecting the boundaries of the third person, right? So I might have some urgent work, right? And let's say it comes at 12 o'clock in the night. My boss has called me. I pick the call. That doesn't mean I call my team members. I have to respect the boundaries. If you are a leader, even if you are a team member, you have to understand that there's certain pressure you only can take, and you can pass that pressure when the time is right. So as leaders, as managers, we need to understand what we need to consume ourselves and what we need to pass on to our team members, or the students, or the consumers, or the customers at the larger end, right? So these are the three things I wanted to talk about. One, and this is how we should conduct ourselves at the workplace, and how this defines our work ethic, right? The first is ownership. Second is always taking a call between ethics versus morale. And third is respecting others' boundaries. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishala. Please take a minute to give feedback to After 3 mesmerizing speeches in prepared speeches, I'm concluding the round 1, that is a prepared speech, and I'll take you back to my story. We were talking about how difficult solo traveling was, and what we can do to overcome that. And I heard somebody stating that it is actually stepping out of your comfort zone. It's an experience which will anyhow push you out of your comfort zone, even if you don't like it. So I decided, as I shared earlier, that my 2024 was not going well, and I wanted to do something big bang, something great, something adventurous. That's why I thought, let me push myself out of comfort zone. I have just 1 week left. I need to do it something great. So at least when I tell my story for 2024, I could speak about it. Then I decided to do skydiving. And this is my experience. Don't go on the first picture. The smile is just for the camera. I was dying inside. And the second picture, this is my 2024 story. So yes, definitely. Even if you haven't traveled solo, take that opportunity to evolve and push yourself out of comfort zone. And let me tell you, it subconsciously comes with you. You automatically develop better communication skills because you're talking to everyone, trying to figure out things. you're automatically developing problem solving skills because you're gonna face a lot of circumstances during your travel where you have to, quickly act on the feet. So it will automatically make you a better person. There was one challenge which was shared by one of the Toastmaster that traveling solo could be lonely, you have very limited interaction, you feel bored. Definitely, that's true that you feel so bored at times. You cannot talk to yourself all the time, else people will think that you're mad. So, how will you overcome that? The people around. Not just because it will help you understand their perspective, it will help you evolve your communication skills, your listening skills, your better understanding skills by taking care of the language barriers. Because when you talk to somebody who are from different country, they might have an accent, they might have some other vocab. You will be able to address that. You will sharpen your communication skills. Sometimes that communication can also lead to a lot of meaningful friendship. And if you're lucky and single, you might find romance. That I won't talk about much. That you need to figure out for yourself. But definitely, there is a probability if you're single and you want to mingle, you should try solo traveling, try to talk and explore this opportunity. I met a lot of people, and I am a very talkative person in general. I love to talk to people. That's my favorite hobby to, I wish I get paid for it. I would have been a billionaire today. But unfortunately, that's not the case. But I still use that opportunity to talk to a lot of people. I met one uncle who was from Punjab, who was driving bus. And he shared his experience that how 20 years back he went to Dubai to earn money. And now he has 2, 3 houses in Delhi. So he was damn rich. So he shared his how he became rich and how well Dubai is in terms of payment, in terms of paying the employees. Second, I met a guy who was from Dubai, and he shared his experience with 2 wives, that how he manages them. And I was just listening and I was surprised that he looks happy. I so wanted to ask him, how are you so happy by managing 2 wives? But I didn't have a courage and I didn't understand. Of course, there's a country barrier. I should respect his space. I couldn't ask that question, but he looked very happy with 2 wives. So yeah, so that was something very exciting. Then I met one of my trip I think organizer. He took us for a safari, desert safari, and then he shared his experiences, that how and where he has traveled and where he has worked and what he have learned. So those conversations were so rich, so mind-blogging that I felt like I wanted to experience this more and again, of course. Because when you're traveling with friends and family, you already have people you want to talk to, you want to share things with. If the times are like, for example, if you have 24 hours and you spend most of the time with your friends and family, there's less chances that you interact with others. So that's why I would say take this opportunity, travel once solo and experience it, and look and make a decision for yourself whether you like it or not. Now, I'd like to move to our second round, that is table topic. It's one of the interesting round, and since we have a table topic competition next week, please use this opportunity to practice. And I would like to call our table topic master, Toastmaster Vishala, on stage.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the next section. As Toastmaster Pallavi said, the easiest section of today, that is table topic. So as we were talking about travel, I was thinking travel and table topics have a lot in common. They both push us out of our comfort zone. They teach us to adapt and to think on our feet. So, today as table topic master, I'm going to share some pictures with you all. It's not going to be prompts that I give you. I'm going to share pictures. These could be scenarios, moments, places that you may have been to, not been to, may have experienced, not experienced. Your task is simple. You all have to come up here, look at the picture, and weave a story around it. Remember that there is no right or wrong. Feel free to share something either from memory or something that's happened to you, or let your imagination run wild. You can make up anything on the spot. And you would be having, you're expected to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Our timer for today, Toastmaster Pilish will be helping us with that. When you come up here, and as soon as you look at the photo, do take 10 to 15 seconds to gather your thoughts first, and then you can speak. So very excited to do this section with you all today. Does anyone want to volunteer and go first? I promise it's not very hard. Yes, anyone from the online audience or physical audience. Maybe we can ask somebody from the physical audience first and then go to online. So I'm looking at all.
Since last time also I was the first one to go, so I'll go second this time. I
Okay.
don't have an issue with the first one, but just giving somebody an opportunity.
Okay, sure. Does anyone want to? Okay, yes, Toastmaster Vishala, please. Then we go to Ashish. Okay. So the screen is not sharing. Sorry, just give me 1 second there. Yes.
This one. Then it will only show this
Okay,
one.
this one.
This is like share the entire screen and then we can.
True. Yes.
When they gather their own thoughts.
Hi Harsh, can you just confirm? Are you able to see the screen?
Start when we
Yes, yes, I can see. Train, uncle, two uncles.
Toastmaster Vishala, this is the image for you. I will avoid describing it. You can take it wherever you want.
Shall I start? Okay. So this picture typically it shows that this is a railway station from South India because one person is wearing a lungi and it is folded in a manner it looks like it is from Tamil Nadu or Andhra or Kerala. And I think both of them are waiting for their son to come back and currently brooding over that why we have to come to pick him up. Is he is he not 18-year-old and above? Why do we have to always come? And my wife makes me come here, and along with your brother-in-law, you also have to come. So I don't know. My son is useless, and he looks very, very pensive, and he's probably might be cursing his son. Because again, he could have leisurely, spent his time because he's wearing a lungi and he has been maybe asked to just, go in urgency. So, yeah, it looks somewhat of a father and his friend or his relative, and both of them are waiting for a son, and the father is not very happy about it.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishala, for volunteering and stepping up and for sharing that super funny and interesting take on this image. When I saw this image first, it reminded me also of my own childhood and the journeys I used to take with my family in trains. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishala. Yes, Toastmaster Ashish will go with you next, and then Toastmaster Mrinal will come to you. And you can just do.
To help, if you can zoom that image a little, it was not very clearly visible.
Oh. Here, just 1 second. I saw it. Yeah. Is it visible now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, yes, Toastmaster Ashish, I'm just showing the next image. Please confirm if you can see it. Is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Toastmaster Ashish, over to you with this image.
Bag that you see in front of me is what Ashish does whenever he's thinking of a solo travel. Because this is only for thinking, guys. I have never actually had any kind of solo travel. But to me, these bags reminds me of two things. One, of course, my propensity to stuff everything and anything whenever I'm going to travel, largely for the official purposes. And of course, missing anything is bad. So I like to carry everything of my own self with me. And it reminds me of second very, very interesting thing as well. That in a life, if you really see, a lot of time we stuff so many things, cramp our day in a manner that our day is literally oozing out and there is no time for ourselves. To tell you that till a few years back, I was keeping pretty much distance from social media. To me, anybody tell me social media, Instagram, Facebook, this and that, I would say that's not for me. But of late, I realized that perhaps I was missing out something. And I started getting on to the social media more and more. Well, pretty recently, I realized I was spending 7 hours a day on social media. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right. 7 hours a day. If I was married to my phone and social media, I would have had a lovely relationship. But that's not the reality. That told me something. And actually, that statistic said that at this rate, I'll end up spending 27 years of my life with social media. Startling, isn't it? And I decided to de-stuff. I decided to declutter. And I put a child lock on my phone, limiting my use of social media. Let us not stuff our lives so much with social medias and with so much that we don't have time for ourselves and our loved ones. And let's have a lovely, lovely life. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Toastmaster Ashish, as always, it's a pleasure to listen to you. Sorry. Yes, as always, it's a pleasure to listen to you. You not only made it relatable, but you left us thinking deeply about our lives and how we are stuffing it with so many things. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Mrinal, you go ahead. If you're coughing, you can reach the front. Just give me a moment to share the screen. Yes, for Toastmaster Mrinal. This image. I hope everyone in the online audience can also see it.
Harsh, can you just confirm image is visible to the virtual audience?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Over to you, Toastmaster Mrinal, with this photo. I hope it's clear.
Life is not only about just seeing a place, visiting a place, but it is also about the experiences that you get out of the place. This reminds me of one of the experiences which I very quickly want to share with you. I actually paved in for a trekking expedition. Now, this trek was so stupendous, so beautiful that I was eagerly waiting for that adventure to start. But what happened was something that was a learning for me all my life. What happened was the third day of the trek, I was going up, and that was basically a place that was nestled into the huge mountains. I stopped in the trek just because I was very tired. Everything was getting inside me, and at that point of time, I thought in my life that why did I even book this trek? And above all, this is the time to give up. But imagine there is something majestic that happened, and that mesmerized me totally. There was an old man who was carrying a huge bulk of wood together, and he was 60 years. He came to me and very slowly told me, take a small step. Take one step at a time. You will reach. And there I started. There I got the confidence to understand that a small step towards the journey matters. So I started taking a small step and I did not analyze that I reached the summit. The view was mesmerizing, but what was important was not only the view, but what was important was the human connection that we have, the understanding of the patience that we have. So very important to start our journey because it's the journey that will teach you a lot of things rather than anything else. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mrinal. That was just wonderful, very inspiring, very mesmerizing story from your side. Your expressions and your use of the stage, you seem like a seasoned Toastmaster. I don't know if you're a new member, but extremely, extremely wonderful. And we learned so much also from your story about consistency, about just being on the journey and starting it, which was the most important. Thank you so much. I'll move on to the online audience. Toastmaster Ria, you've raised your hand, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just share my
Christmas,
screen.
Vishala, quick time check. We are like 40 minutes left for the meeting. So please take a couple of topics and then we can conclude the meeting. Yep.
Yeah, Toastmaster Ria, if anyone from the room wants to go, that can be the last one.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Ria, I hope you can see the screen.
Yeah, it's visible.
Is this visible?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, over to you, Toastmaster Ria.
Imagine that you've planned a trip to Jim Corbett. I think most of you would have gone to it, but returned with a sigh that you didn't see any animals. But as we can see in the picture, the family is pretty happy that their safari is successful. They see a big, big, giant animal in front of them. And now they think, okay, finally, it's finally the time that all the journey that we've had, the ups and downs in the entire safari, it's all playing its results. Wow, what a creature that is. Wow, what a beautiful wildlife it is. My God, this is something that we've all always planned to do. I myself wanted to do a safari long back. Everything was well planned and the safari was booked. But there was a small but that happened within the story, and we couldn't go for the safari that day. The safari was cancelled, and so were my hopes to see wildlife in its natural habitat. But then, instead of Jim Corbett, the story rewinded itself in down south in Kerala, when I was able to spot elephants in their in their own habitat, the natural ones. It's always so nice to see them there in the natural habitat than, caged in a zoo. That gives us a beautiful life lesson that it's always very mesmerizing to see people when they are in in their own surroundings, the surroundings that they feel that they're related to, than being caged. That cage could be your own thoughts, your own pessimism, or at the same time, your own corporate job that you don't like at the moment. So, my friends, I think that's very important to move out of our cages in a scenario, in an environment that not only moves us out of our comfort zone, but also makes us feel at our place and helps us grow in the future. So, with that, I hand over the stage back to the table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ria, for that beautifully structured table topic. I myself have never been lucky in Jim Corbett to spot a tiger. I hope comes in the future. For the last table topic, if anyone wants to volunteer, either from the physical audience or online.
Vivanshu.
Yes, Toastmaster Vidhanshu. Let's hear from our last travelers. Vidhanshu. Yes. Yes, Toastmaster Vidhanshu. You can come here. This is the photo for you. Over to you. Thank you.
So this reminds me the time when I was it was the time of the lockdown. So during the time of the lockdown, I was in a building where daily so many airplane used to fly. And I used to see and I used to think about that when I will fly in this airplane or so this year I decided that I will go on a trip and I will book the flight. but due to some work requirement, my company cancelled my leaves because they were promoting me for something else. But that's also a good thing. So I don't have a lot of thoughts actually on this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for stepping up and volunteering. This photo reminds me of the time I missed my flight, and it was a terrible experience after that. I had to pay a lot of money to book another one.
This show me reminds me of a time when I'm waiting for my flight and it's delayed by an hour.
That's
So
that's
I just
another one.
I just watching how many planes are coming and
Yes.
take off.
That's another one. So I think due to paucity of time, Toastmaster Pallavi, do you think we have one more?
Yes, let's do that. Also, let's call guest on stage. It's a good opportunity for them to speak up.
Yeah. Any guess?
Yeah. I raised
After
hand
Harsh.
just to mention that Rohit might want to participate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So I have a story on Jeep Safari because I'm right now working with a travel company. So one of our group was coming from the Europe.
Rohit,
So they want to have a
Rohit, just 1 second.
We will be giving you a
Ah,
picture.
yeah.
You need to analyze it and speak on it.
no. Okay.
Alright.
Right.
He was too excited.
Thank you for the enthusiasm, Toastmaster Rohit. We'll definitely hear that story later.
Sure.
One moment. I'll share my screen. Toastmaster Rohit, are you able to view the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the photo for you, Toastmaster Rohit. You can look at this photo and talk about whatever comes to your mind, either a personal story or something from your imagination. Over to you, Toastmaster Rohit.
Okay. So after seeing this picture, I can relate to my story. Uh, our family is on the trip to Kerala, so we went to Kovalam beach over there. And after reaching to the Kovalam beach, we sat over there, and then after that there was a very kind of, what do you call it, like a sea wave overcoming over there. So we were behind. We were, I think, 2 to 3 kilometers behind from the that sea wave. But a sea wave come over to us, and we were just like having a chat on the phone. So a sea wave come on to us, and our phone went to the into the sea. So we were sitting on like 2 to 3 kilometers far away from that sea wave, and a sea wave come like very fastly to us, and phone going into the sea. So we were trying to, like, you can't get the phone. You can, it is not possible to go into the sea and you can get your phone. So we went to the sea. We were trying to have a phone, but we were not able. We got the, like, we took the help of the, like, administration, but we were not able to like get the phone. So, like, it was a more of a story of mine that we had a uh, time over, like, over there, and that incident was happened at that point of time. So yeah, it's just about a story which did happen to us.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohit. It felt like we were there with you in the story. Thank you so much for volunteering as your first time. With this, we'll come to the end of this section. I loved how all the travel photos sparked such rich stories from all of you, and we could unlock some part of the world through your travel stories. Thank you all for volunteering today, and it was a pleasure. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Pallavi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishnu. It was such a beautiful round. And I'm happy that everybody was so excited to see. So now, just a quick time check. We are like 30 minutes. So I'll try to conclude early, and I'll hand over the stage to evaluator. After that, evaluator. I would like to share one more experience and one more limitation with you guys. While traveling alone, have you ever experienced or have you ever had a concern that you'll have no memories? Of course, the memories in terms of memories, but no proof points for the memories, like photos, videos. Have you ever that ever crossed your mind? Like, at least for a woman, like for me, photos and videos are very important. So for me, it was like a major thing to think before planning my solo travel. So anybody thought about it while, like, I could see that a lot of people who have traveled solo have this point. Did it cross your mind? I would like to hear. Toastmaster Vishala.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay, please go ahead.
No, I was just saying that yes, this did cross my mind, and I tortured people in the trek to take enough photos of me because I wanted to share it with my family and friends that see I'm doing this without all of you and see like how cool I am. So I did trouble my fellow trek mates quite a bit. Until the end, I felt like I did not get a single good photo. And yeah, so that was my trek experience.
Anybody? Oh, okay. Okay, but at least you had some memories, if not the goodly, properly captured, but at least you had some proof points. Let's say that. Anybody else?
I'd like to share an instance. So initially, when in my early 20s, photos was very important for me. If anywhere I went, I used to just take a selfie. Even
Can you be
before
loud? We're not able to hear online audience.
am I audible now? What should I call that?
Yeah, maybe that.
So I'm currently in my late 30s, so mid 30s actually. So in my early 20s, having a picture was very, very important for me. And wherever we went with friends or anything, even before selfie was a trend, I used to take my own pictures. And I had a lot many pictures. But then at that point of time, I was also doing some reading. I came across this book called The Namesake. It's by Jhumpa Lahiri. And also there's a movie on that by Irfan Khan and Tabu, starring, both of them are starring in that movie. So in that movie, there was one instance where the father, who's Irfan Khan, he's taking his toddler to the edge of the sea to show him the viewpoint, right? And at that point of time, he says, "Oh son, I forgot our camera." And then what should we do? We forgot our camera, and this is such a beautiful view. And he says, now we don't have the camera. We should remember, and we should remember everything we are seeing now. So that kind of redefined how I should cherish my memories. And I now don't take pictures intentionally because I want to remember those moments. So yeah, this is my inspiration.
That's amazing. I am happy that at least somebody believes that. I also believe that on the same thing, but my action speaks a different language. Like I, I think that we should live in the moment, not take pictures, not capture videos. But I love capturing pictures and videos. Sometimes I share them on social media. Sometimes I just keep it on my phone, and I like to refer and feel happy about it, and show it to my parents, my family members. It makes me happy. So both the sides are completely fine. If you want to just live in the moment, that's amazing. That's in fact best. But if you want to live in the moment and still capture those moments for the later point of the time, that's also okay. You have one life. So I would like to share some of the pictures because when I went, I also was traveling solo. I had no one to take pictures for me. I actually asked so many people, and thankfully, when you're asking politely with somebody to help you, generally people help you. So that's also a good learning for me that if you politely ask with a smile on the face, nobody declines your request. And I end up taking some good pictures of me, which was these. The first is from like safari. After the safari, I was feeding the camel. The second is I was enjoying my solo meal. Initially, it was uncomfortable, to be honest, but then I enjoyed it. I didn't think about what people are thinking, if whether I have friends or not. But I was really happy, like being with myself. Third is just a pose. Fourth is a selfie because when you're traveling alone, you become creative. You just try to put timers sometimes. If you're like, of course, if you don't have tripod all the time, so you check the objects nearby and you try to make everything. You become creative with how you can capture pictures. And the last one is one of the uncle who was from India and he was traveling with his family. And I requested him, and he was so sweet. He took multiple pictures of me. So that's how you interact more with people when you are traveling alone, because there is no friends and family to take your picture. You ask around, you ask for help, you smile more, you're more present uh, during your journey. I would just request one thing. uh, do try this experience and figure it for yourself whether it works for you or not. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay. You'll still learn a lot and come out as an evolved human being. But when you're doing this experience, make sure you plan it better. Planning means your bookings, your finances, your logistic, your emergency contact, everything should be planned properly so that you enjoy your solo travel. Now, without further ado, I would like to conclude our meeting and I'll hand over the stage to General Evaluator, Toastmaster Ria. Toastmaster Ria? I could see her online, but I think she is away. Can somebody call her?
Yeah, I'll call her. Just give me 2 minutes.
Hi, sorry. I was actually unable to unmute due to some issue in the laptop. Very sorry for the delay. Uh, Toastmaster Pallavi, what a teamwork session this has been, and you've encouraged me to take a solo trip soon to a new destination, and that's now on my bucket list for 2025. But without further ado, I'll first of all call upon the speech evaluators, and the speech evaluator for speaker number one was Toastmaster Ashish. So the stage is all yours, Toastmaster Ashish, for the evaluation. Toastmaster Ashish.
Okay, can we just move to the next evaluator? I think he dropped. He needs to visit a doctor.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for the update. And now, okay, then we'll move on to the evaluator for speaker number two. The evaluator for speaker number two is Toastmaster Ayushi. So I'll hand over the stage to Toastmaster Ayushi.
Okay. 1 second. Am I audible and visible? Okay.
Yes.
So my speaker today is Toastmaster Harsh, and Toastmaster Harsh, I would like to congratulate you on your speech for taking such a complicated financial topic and explaining it in such a simple, easy manner. Because a person like me, they get really scared when it comes to finances, and I'm like, I ask someone else to explain it to me, and you did it very easily. And it gave many examples, and it was easy for me, and I'm hoping for the audience members as well to follow along. I liked your hand gestures to show the comparison of highs and lows. And the best part of the speech, for me at least, was that even though you were a little bit forgetful towards the end, what I liked was that you didn't get consumed at the moment. You took a pause, you calmed down, and then you went, collected your thoughts and then moved forward and concluded the speech in a positive manner. So that is a very how I think that you could have done better was that the speech objective was to show vocal variations and body language. Body language, I could see your gestures. Vocal variety, I think we can do better by the one of the examples that I can think where we could have incorporated vocal variety is let's say you are comparing, you gave an example for like in $1 we can only get uh, just a second. I think the example was for $1 we can have one Pepsi in the United States, but in India we could get three. So maybe you can have just to emphasize a little bit more because we are Indians. We'd be really happy that we can get three in 80 rupees, really, but they can just get one. Huh, bad for them. Maybe somewhere vocal variations could be there. how I think that you can challenge to make the speech even better is that have a key takeaway. I was wondering, okay, now I understand what purchasing power parity is. What should I do next? Should I spend only on the things that will improve my life quality? Or maybe I should be mindful with my spending? Could be a takeaway, right? One of the messages you can focus on. The other thing that we can work on this is that you started your speech with the cartoon Pengu, right? What I think we can do here is that you can maybe use comparison and take it even further. What I mean by that is maybe consider a penguin living in the United States and paying high rent and like getting only one Pepsi for $1. He has a different lifestyle there. And one penguin living in India. He lives, let's say, in Bangalore. He pays 20,000 for rent, and he can get 3 Pepsis and maybe get more groceries compared to that penguin living in the United States. And then maybe you can give a comparison on how the purchasing parity is different for that United States one and the Indian one. So to conclude my session, I think you did very well on the body language. The purpose of the speech was met. I liked your eye contact throughout the speech. I liked your gestures to explain the concept. You were very comfortable in the way you were speaking, and you were aware of your audience level, and you broke down a complex topic in a simple, easy, understandable way. So I wish you all the very best for your next speech, and I hope to listen to you soon. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ayushi, and it's always a pleasure to listen to your evaluation. And thank you so much for the detailed evaluation for Toastmaster Harsh. Since our evaluator number 1 is back, so we'll switch back to the evaluation for speaker number 1, and I'll hand over the stage to Toastmaster Ashish. Over to you.
Thank you, Journal Evaluator Toastmaster Ria. My target speaker, Toastmaster Vishal, today reminded all of us that communication is not measured from the mouth of speaker, instead at the ear of listener. Toastmaster Vishal shared with us the different styles of communication, the direct, analytic, supportive, initiating, and he shared it in a way of a story by sharing his own personal experiences. And I think we all know the personal stories are extremely engaging for the audience, and those examples were very, very well done. I thought one thing which Toastmaster Vishal did the best was the introduction of character. Like one of his friend, like Amir Khan, will perhaps be in our memory forever, who wants to be perfect. That was very nicely done. And likewise, when he started and he shared that have you been in a situation where you are doing benchmarking and or you're doing brainstorming, I'm sorry, but a lot of thoughts are coming and we are not able to get into a particular direction. Very relatable for all of us as corporate employees. But perhaps he saved the best for the last. His ending was particularly impressive when he shared both the aspects. He shared about his own speech style, which was the purpose of his message, and he shared that he is being directive and trying to build on amiable and expressive style. Not only that, he gave a call to action for all of us as well. That is to understand our own style and adjust to the styles of others. The page which he sent, especially for the physical audience, to write down something was a very nice gesture. As they say, every good speech has the way to go to become great. In order to become from good to great, I would have a couple of recommendations for Toastmaster Vishal. One, the structure of his speech I felt was around 50-50 or maybe 60-40 in favor of knowledge versus story. It was more of insights versus the story. I would challenge you, Toastmaster Vishal, to add the element of stories and stitch the stories into one, so they don't look like different stories being told. How can it be told as one story to be told to the audience, or at max 2 stories to be told to audience? That becomes very engaging for the audience and the flow of speech becomes much better. The second challenge which I'll throw your way is to try to cut down the opening and relate your message to a story or a book or a quote. That way, the takeaway for audience become much greater. To conclude, You did the full justice to the purpose. You shared the topic and the stories which were relatable with all of us. And your ending was particularly impressive by working on the overall structure of the speech, enhancing the aspect of storytelling, and also relating it to a book or a quote. You are on your way to become a great speaker. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashish, for that detailed evaluation. And I'm sure Toastmaster Vishal will take forward those recommendations as well as commendations in his next speech. With that, let's move on to the evaluator for speaker number 3. The speaker number 3's evaluator is Toastmaster Rashmi. So over to you, Toastmaster Rashmi.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Ria. I would first like to start with a big round of applause for Toastmaster Vishala for hitting the road with starting the first speech of 2025. You've already started 2025 with a strong determination. I would like to start by highlighting 4 amazing things I liked about your story. The first is, I really like how you started with a question that drew everyone's attention to you. Like it was your third speech. It was the third speech, and everyone was like, still enjoying this journeys and takeaway from the previous speeches. So I liked how you drew everyone's attention and started with a question. Next thing I liked about your story was the topic that you chose, because everyone here has come to improve their leadership and communication skills. So I believe it resonates with everyone how they can incorporate and enhance their leadership and work ethics. The third thing that I really liked about in your speech is most of the seasoned speakers that I've noticed, they usually forget to add the word of the day or the phrase of the day. But as a first speech, you added the phrase of the day, which means you can tweak your speech and you can incorporate it anytime. And the last but not the least, while you were delivering your speech, you talked about the word called punctuality. And you acknowledged that you were late. That shows your authenticity. And that shows that you can tweak your speech as per the current scenario of the meeting. And definitely you were spot on that. You don't need a script to remember. I really love that. I have a couple of recommendations for you. Although you were using the hand movements, but I would suggest to use the entire stage to enhance your speech and make it more interactive with the audience. Second, your concept was quite repetitive. So I would challenge you in your next speech, maybe add more variety to your speech and then have a storyline that can help you give the overall structure to the speech. And the last is add a CTA to a speech so that everyone can have something to take away. Overall, I loved your speech. I love your confidence and the determination. Thank you for motivating us. Over to you, Toastmaster Ria.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rashmi, for that very clear evaluation on the points. And just one small feedback to you: instead of CTA, you could have mentioned call to action, just for the benefit of the guest, so that everybody knows what CTA means. But beyond that, a very nice evaluation by all the 3 evaluators today. Before I move on to the tag team, I'll quickly give the general evaluation from my end for the speech evaluators as well as the other folks. So the meeting started on time and the SAR was pretty good. The meeting started with full motivation. I really loved, and I've actually written down the mission, purpose, and mission, passion. The short form that you've written, it's I guess MRP, which is mission, rules, and passion. I really loved the way that came out. Then moving on to the presiding officer was equally encouraging. And I really loved the way you talked about the awards that your club has got in the past so many years. I think that sets the stage in a very encouraging manner to everybody coming in, even the external guests as well as new guests who are looking forward to becoming members. The guests in the meeting were promptly introduced, so that was very well done. Coming to the table, Toastmaster of the day today, I think Toastmaster Pallavi, you did a fabulous job with the topic. The topic is very relatable to everyone. I think solo travel, some way or the other, is always on the bucket list, be it a female or a male. It's always on the bucket list to pick it out of some destination, be it within India, with abroad, foreign, anywhere it is. And you've put it out very well. It was engaging with the audience at the same time. You not only talked about the pros that it have and the kind of person it will make you, but also in the end you talked about us feeling lonely at times and how to overcome that loneliness if and when you feel that. The conclusion that you made was really encouraging in the terms that yes, almost everybody wants photos of the places that we've been, and when you are out solo it becomes a bit tough because you can ask a lot of people to click your photos, but then you cannot say, oh, this is not good, can you click another one for me? But that's the way you kind of get to talk to a lot of people around, and eventually I feel you, out of the 10-12 photos that you ask somebody else to click, multiple strangers, one or two do come out which are good. So that was very well done. Coming to the speech evaluator, sorry, coming to the table topic master, the way you presented the table topics today, it was well related to the theme. And I really loved the idea of you bringing in the picture. I am sure everybody was on toes thinking about the topic, about the picture as soon as it came on. Personally, if I talk about me, I could answer more on the other pictures than I could answer for my picture. And I think that's what table topics is all about. You have more information on what the topics that the others are getting versus what we eventually end up getting. On the table topic participants, I'll give a whole and soul evaluation for them. Everybody, I was really glad to see the people coming up on stage, and that's a testament to the table topic evaluators, ease of the topics, and at the same time being creative. So really great with that. Everybody came in, everybody had great stories. The one feedback that I would like to give to the larger audience is that when you have a story in mind, when you have a picture in front, it's always better that you look more on the story creation out of it rather than describing the picture. That way, everybody gets a new view out of the picture that you are trying to put forward. And with that, moving on to the speech evaluators. All the three speech evaluators, you have used the CRC approach and very well evaluated. I don't think I have any specific comments for anybody. So with that, I'll conclude the general evaluation and I'll move on to the tag team. So first of all, I would like to call the timer for his report. Toastmaster Pritesh, over to you.
Start with prepared speeches first. Toastmaster Vishal, whose speech time requirement was 5 to 7 minutes. He took 8 minutes, 3 seconds. Toastmaster Harsh, whose speech time requirement was 5 to 7 minutes. He took 6 minutes, 59 seconds. Toastmaster Vishala, icebreaker speech time requirement 4 to 6 minutes. She took 6 minutes, 36 seconds. For table topics, Toastmaster Vishala took 1 minute, 14 seconds. Toastmaster Ashish took 2 minutes. Toastmaster Mrinal took 1 minute, 52 seconds. Toastmaster Ria took 2 minutes, 5 seconds. Toastmaster Vibhanshu took 36 seconds. Toastmaster Rohit took 1 minute, 33 seconds. In terms of evaluations, Toastmaster Ashish took 2 minutes, 59 seconds. Toastmaster Ayushi took 3 minutes, 42 seconds. Toastmaster Rashmi took 2 minutes, 25 seconds. And there was one more who took 3 minutes, 42 seconds. I don't know.
That's general.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pritesh, for keeping the time. And now let's move on to the counter. Over to you, Toastmaster Mrinal.
Hi everybody. From the perspective of our counter, everybody did a stupendous job. The Toastmaster Pallavi Singh used and once. Toastmaster Vishal did it once, and generally in the twice basically, one in the starting statement and one in the last statement. Toastmaster Harsh once and Toastmaster Vishala 4 times. So we'll improve on that because since it was your first speech, we'll improve on that from the consecutive ones. Toastmaster Ashish had a flawless speech as usual. No one. Toastmaster Ayushi once it was an and Toastmaster Rashmi once at the very inception of your speech. Then Toastmaster Ria, there was no Toastmaster Ashish, especially from the perspective of table topic, there was no Toastmaster Vibanshu, there was no Toastmaster Mrinal, there was one and that's how it is. Thank you. Everybody did a good job.
Thank you so much for keeping the counters in check, Toastmaster Mrinal. And now we'll move on to the grammarian for the day. And with that, over to you, Toastmaster Dikshita.
Hi, everybody. So today as a grammarian, my day went well. Word of the day, mesmerizing, was used 5 times, and idiom of the day, hit the road, was used only once. First, I would like to highlight some good uses of language, like bursting with energy. Her excitement is contagious, meticulous, country barrier, weave a story around it, pensive, propensity, declutter. Now I would like to highlight not so good uses of the language. First is somebody used sea wave come to us. It could have been phrased a little better, like sea wave were heading towards us. Phone gone into sea. It could have been framed as like my phone has ended up in the sea. So that's all. And thank you, everybody. And I look forward to hearing more great languages in the future meetings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dikshita, who was our grammar police for today. I have one question. So do I call the active listener on stage or how is it?
Yes, you may call upon now active listener.
Okay, so the stage is all yours, Toastmaster Simran.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I've prepared a few questions to see if everyone was listening actively throughout the session. So the first question, and it is an easy one. Which country did Toastmaster Pallavi found safest and travel in 2024?
Dubai.
Dubai.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Dubai. So second is, how many types of personalities did Toastmaster Vishal mention in the beginning of his speech?
3.
Yes, it's 3. Third one, what is the full form of PPP?
Purchase power parity.
That's absolutely correct. Purchase power parity. How many MBA students did Toastmaster Vishala say she was teaching?
22.
200. 200 is the correct answer. Fifth, which Indian celebrity did Toastmaster Vishal say his friend resonated?
Amir Khan.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you, and over to you, the general evaluator, Riya.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Simran. And with that, it's the general evaluation section concludes. It was great evaluating the team today, and one evaluation that I missed out in the first portion was that I really liked how you managed both online and offline meetings together. At first, the major thought that I had was how, when the timer was showing the cards, I was of the opinion that how is somebody who's speaking in an online mode be able to see the cards? But then I saw how you were showing the cards in front of Sharad's screen, and that really is commendable. So thank you so much. And now I hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Pallavi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ria. Now, I would like to call our presiding officer on stage, Toastmaster Sharad. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pallavi. A huge round of applause for Pallavi. What a mesmerizing event meeting today will have. Indeed. And before I deep down into some of this solo travel, I would request everyone, there would be a voting link in the groups and you can vote for your favorite role player. Indeed, today's event, today's meeting shown some beautiful pictures which mesmerizing me, and going forward, I think of having a resolution to have a solo travel soon in this year. And thank you for the table topic, Master. You indeed have some very good photos which resonate about the theme of the day today. And yes, it's make the tone of the meeting more accurate to the theme of the day. And with this, I would like to start with the feedbacks of our guest. So first we have Rohit. Can you please give the feedback what you like in this meeting today, and any suggestion from your side? How can we improve our meetings?
Thank you for taking my feedback, but to be very honestly, I don't have a feedback because I'm here to learn something new. I'm here to grow and to enhance my communication skills. So it was a very really good experience for me to having me into this, to learning about something new. So from my side, everything is perfect. Everyone has opinion. Everyone has something to speak, and it gives me learning that how I have to speak. How I have to learn something new. So if you are taking my feedback, everything is very perfect. And I just have one question to you, if you don't mind. So if I can ask,
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
if I have to join like physically, so how it be possible? I don't know. Like
Okay, yeah, so you can connect to our VP membership, and after the meeting, do you have his contact number? Are you in
I
the
don't know.
are you in the guest group of our applicant?
Yes, I'm the part of the group.
Sure, we'll ping you out. Thank
Sure,
you
sure, sure.
much for your feedback, Rohit. And next we have guest Shubham.
Uh, Hope I am audible and visible.
Yeah, very clear and loud.
Okay. So around the feedback, I feel like overall it was on 2 hours, and I haven't feel bored. I listened to everyone, and obviously the way Pallavi shared the experiences, and in between how she managed everything, it was great to listen everybody. And I heard Ashish, and he was an great speaker. And somebody says that if you it is a great to listen to Ashish, and there was in Pallavi and Ayushi. I would be more happy to be part of this team. I didn't speak today, but I will try in the next meeting. Maybe I'll try to join physically. As Rohit also said that maybe if you can share the details, how we can join, and the overall conversation, overall things which I found is great. And yeah, thank you. I'll be more happy to be part of the family.
Thank you so much, Shubham, for joining us today.
Thank you, Sharad. Thank you, team.
Just everybody can give a thumbs up if they have done with the voting. And what about the guests? Have we done with that?
Internet is on.
No, internet is not.
No. Oh.
Or you can give it a hotspot. Okay, with this, let me just make you an announcement. Like next week we have a contest, and I would like everybody to come in person for this, as it is better to have it in person, giving the table topic contest. And after the next week we have ISC contest lined up. So we have 12 responses so far. Before I announce, I would like to have our area director as well. Toastmaster Bhavna, would you like to give us the feedback about the meeting, how it is went, and what can be improved upon?
Thank you, Sharad, for putting me on spot. But today, let me just tell you that I have joined the meeting as the area director of this club, not a member of this club. But yes, since I am a part of this club and this is my home club, so I think you guys are really doing fantastic job. However, if there will be any feedback, so I'll get in touch with you personally, or maybe the VP Education. But otherwise, in nutshell, this was a really a great meeting, and it is always my pleasure to attend this meeting and learn from you. Though I was a spectator today, still I learned a lot from you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today as the area director. I wish you join more meetings and give us feedback as well. Thank you. So we have now enough responses so far. Let me announce the winner for today's best auxiliary role player. This is between the timer Pritesh, grammarian Dikshita, accountant Mrinal, and active listener Simran. Any guesses? It's Mrinal, exactly. It's won by Toastmaster Mrinal. The next we have best table topic speaker. This is between the Toastmaster Vishala, Toastmaster Ashish, Toastmaster Mrinal, Toastmaster Riya, Toastmaster Vivanshu, and guest Rohit. No,
Vishal.
it's won by Toastmaster Ashish. Can we have a photo?
Yeah, does it work?
But yeah, sure, if you can switch. Yeah, thank you. Just give me a sec. Then, thank you.
Thank you. Now the third one is the best prepared speech of the day. This is between the Toastmaster Vishal, Toastmaster Harsh, and Toastmaster Vishala. And yes, this is won by none other than Toastmaster Vishal. Yeah, we can use the old photo. Now the another one is the best prepared speech evaluator of the day. This is between the Toastmaster Ashish, Toastmaster Ayushi, and Toastmaster Rashmi. And yes, again the award goes to Ashish. Maybe we can use some other time.
Same picture we can use, yeah.
No. And now the last, the best role player of the day. This is between the Toastmaster of the day, Pallavi, table topic master Vishakha, and general evaluator Riya. Any guesses? Pallavi, correct. It's a Toastmaster Pallavi.
Pallavi, if you can change your hand. Thank you. Just a sec. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad.
Thank you everyone for joining today. Let's have turn on your camera so that we can have a Zoom feed. All of you can come this side. Few of them can join from the left side.
Yeah.
But you can.
Yeah.
You can
Fine.
take a seat.
No, it's okay.
Harsh, can you just change the view to the
You can join them.
gallery view?
Yeah, it's there.
Sorry, which view? Yeah, I have it as gallery in my laptop, so I can see everyone.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, okay, I can see. Yeah, Pritesh is getting. Yeah, now I can see Pritesh as well.
I think you can also go there, and then all of us can fit here.
Yeah, yeah, that works. Okay, awesome. I'll take the picture. Okay. Cheers, cheese. Okay, thanks for joining, everyone. This picture has been taken. Have a good rest of the weekend.
Happy weekend, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.